perfectly clear. I am the answer. Oh, I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. I used to fight between wrong and right, watching my fears taking over my life. But now I know why I'm here. It's perfectly clear. I am the answer. Oh, I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. Everybody now, I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. Here we go now. I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. I am the answer. I'm the answer. I am the answer. I am the answer. Be the answer. I am the answer.
How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? Given the chance, I'm gonna tell you now. How many ways can I give thanks for the blessings I have known? I've got a list, and I will tell you how. Grateful for each breath awake, grateful for each step I take, grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun, grateful when the day is done, grateful that I have you in my heart. Grateful for this universe, for the better and the worse. Grateful that this world keeps spinning round. Grateful for my memories, Grateful for my hopes and dreams. Grateful for the blessings I have found. How many ways can I give praises for all the gifts I have? Given the chance, I'm gonna shout out loud. Grateful for each breath awake. Grateful for each step I take. Grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun. Grateful when the day is done. Grateful that I have you in my heart. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful now.
Where was the summer? Fall and winter came too fast. Somehow I made it. I'm wide awake. It's spring at last. If I could only bring them back, they'd still be moments from the past. It's simply beautiful to walk with open hands. Nothing to hide, nothing to grasp, nothing to break, nothing to last. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile to stress, nothing to climb, nothing to pass. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home. Some seasons let us be reborn. These deep dark places where we're torn. And when they tell you that your rose still has its thorns, you've nothing to hide, nothing to test. Love brought you here, now you can rest. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We're a multi-faith community and we believe there are many paths to one divinity. So if you would like to learn more about the People of Diversity, go to peopleofdiversity.org and listen, hang around because there'll be more announcements after the message.
Last week we heard from our Native American representative, Will Davis. We had music from the amazing Michaela Townsend. Today we'll hear more about creation from shaman Jerry Nettesheim, with music from Jan Salmon and Friends. Next week, Muslim Naran Sykes will We'll connect up with Donna Frost. That will be a fun one. And without further ado, we'll dive right into today.
Hello, Positors. I'm Jan, and I'm here today to sing with my friends Jeannie and Suzanne. And Suzanne's also going to be helping us with baritone uke. Thank you, Suzanne. And thank you, Jeannie, too. The focus word for this cycle at the pod is creation. But the first thing I thought of was co-creation, because I believe that we're better together. Just like 2 heads are better than 1, and 3 heads are better than 2, and 4 heads are better than 3, and you can stop me anytime.
Now, okay, yes, you can stop now.
It could go on indefinitely, but seriously, I believe that we have a better chance of making a difference if we work together and help each other. And that's what my songs are about. And the title of my songs, can anybody guess?
What? What is the title of
It's
this song?
very original, very original. It's called Co-Creation.
I love it.
You think that's a keeper?
Yes.
This is just another song, another feel-good song. I doubt that it can change the world, I doubt that it's that long. But could we work together, each in our own way, to make this world a better place? Let's co-create each day. We live together on this earth, we share this sacred space. So can we help each other and grant each other grace? It may not make a difference, but someone has to start. Unless we work together, how will we know our part? This is just another song, another feel-good song. I doubt that it can change the world, I doubt that it's that long. But could we work together, each in our own way, to make this world a better place? Let's co-create each day. We don't realize our power, but if we only knew, we dare to believe it. There's nothing we can't do. Together let us own it. What can we co-create? May we just look for the good. Let's overcome the hate. This is just another song, another feel-good song. I doubt that it can change the world, I doubt that it's that long. But could we work together, each in our own way, to make this world a better place? Let's co-create each day. No good deed goes unpunished, that's the cynic's view. I don't choose to live that way, I don't believe it's true. If that is how you see the world, that's your reality. If you focus on the broken things, that is all you'll see. This is just another song, another feel-good song. My song would sound much better if you would sing along. Could we create a better world with this simple rhyme? Maybe we can change the world, one song at a time. Maybe we can change the world, one song at a time. Our second song has an equally creative title. It's called Co-Creation Chant. We are all connected together, we are strong. Let's co-create a better world where we all belong. Love is supports us all. If we stand together, none of us will fall. Whether on the planet Earth or in our neighborhood, let us come together and find the common good. We are all connected together, we are strong. Let's co-create a better world where we all belong. We are all connected together, we are strong. Let's co-create a better world where we all belong. We are all connected together, we are strong. Let's co-create a better world where we all belong. We are all connected together, we are strong. Let's co-create a better world where we all belong. Love is the connection that supports us all. If we stand together, none of us will fall. Whether on the planet Earth or in our neighborhood, let us come together and find the common good. We are all connected together, we are strong. Let's go create a better world where we all belong.
Thank you so much, Scott and Becky. And thank you all for being here with me today as I speak about a shamanic perspective on creation. When many people hear the word creation, they imagine the beginning of the universe. And I'd like to pose a different question, not a quest for an origin story, because there's so many of those out there. And the creation mythologies tend to build upon one another and recycle based upon the belief systems of the cultures that we happen to find ourselves in. So creation is not merely the origin of life. Creation is our ongoing participation with reality through relationship. So whatever story a culture tells about the beginning, many of them eventually arrive at the same question. What is my responsibility now? Because every thought we have, every word, every choice, every relationship, every act of generosity or fear actually participates in creation. One of the universal laws is that of cause and effect, okay? And we actively participate in that. Have you ever said, he made me, or they made me, or she made me, and insert whatever emotion, action, or inaction here? That is because we are responding. And with that responding comes responsibility. And we often hear that word responsibility and we associate it with blame. But I hear something else. For our purpose today, I will choose it to mean the ability to respond. That is, taking ownership of that and deciding from that point what our actions will be. Now, we have choices in how we respond. And when we understand that we are responsible or respondable for that which we create, it actually gets really, really interesting. So let's actually try this for a moment right here together, okay? I want you to think about the last time you said or thought, they made me. Now, don't share it out loud. Just let it bubble up to the surface. Maybe it was something small, like someone cutting you off in traffic and you spent the next mile narrating exactly what kind of person does that. Maybe it was bigger than that. Maybe it was a family member who said something at dinner to you and you left the room a different person than when you walked in. Now, without judging yourself for it, ask, what did this create in the moment? Because something did get created. A story got created. A distance got created. Or maybe a closeness got created. Words definitely got created. And even if you never said them out loud, because the ones we rehearse in our own minds shape us just as much as the ones that leave our mouths. And that's what I mean when I say every human being is always creating. The question is not whether we are creators. The question is whether what we are creating does it bring us into deeper relationship with ourselves, with one another, with the earth, and with the sacred. So let's talk about how creation begins with perception. One of the first acts of creation is naming. Now, can we name what we feel? Can we take ownership of that? Because how we perceive something changes how we relate to it and how we release it. Now, please understand that creation always takes on a life of its own once we release it out into the world. Therefore, it behooves us to consider how and with whom we are relating before we release our creations. Is this person our enemy? How can I create peace? What might I learn if I see this person or the situation as my teacher? Am I afraid of loss or of punishment? Am I acting out of fear? Am I being initiated or called into a deeper understanding? Is this obstacle that I'm facing, is it actually the end of the matter? Or is this creation asking me to pivot? And if so, is it the beginning of another path? Having a different perception helps us to release a different type of creation. So let me give you an idea of what that actually looks like, because it's easy to nod along with these questions and it's much harder to live them. Now, let's say someone at work keeps talking over you in meetings every single time. And the story that starts writing itself in your head is, this person does not respect me. This person thinks I have nothing worth saying. And once that story is written, watch what it creates. You go quieter. You stop offering ideas before they can be talked over. You start dreading the meeting on your calendar the night before it even happens. That's creation. It's real. It has consequences. And it started with a single act of naming, this person doesn't respect me. And that felt like a fact, but was actually a perception. Now, what happens if we ask one of those other questions instead? What might I learn if I see this person as my teacher? Maybe what they're teaching you is where your own voice goes quiet under pressure long before they ever interrupted you. Maybe the real conversation was never about them at all. Now, I'm not saying that the interruption didn't happen or that it was fine. What I'm saying is that we get to choose what we build on top of what happened. Same event, different creation, depending on the name that we give it. Now, here's something I'd like you to try after today. The next time that you feel that flash of they made me, pause just for one breath and ask yourself what you're about to name it. Because whatever you're getting ready to name it is what you are about to build. Now let's talk about creation as relationship. In the Kero tradition, which is the branch of shamanism that I studied under, it really isn't about an isolated self. I was taught that everything exists in relationship. The container and the context in which we relate to. Earth, the sky, ancestors, community, spirit, the seen, the unseen. Creation is constantly happening through these relationships. And our perception of relationship to all of these things informs how we go about creating. When relationship is harmonious, life flourishes. And it's easier to create from a mindset of abundance and goodwill. And when relationship becomes distorted, life becomes difficult. It becomes easier to create from a mindset of contraction and subtraction. Now, when we lose right relationship, participants can become they. Then they become the other. The other becomes a problem. And problems are to be solved, often by elimination, often to our own detriment. Think of it this way. You cut off the end of a loaf of bread, guess what? You've just created a new end. And unintended consequences happen. And sometimes that gets mistaken for spirit punishing us. But it really isn't that. It is a consequence of being out of right relationship. Because relationship itself has come out of balance. So I think about the mountains, the Apus, and how the different Andean cosmovision holds them versus the way that Westerners and others are taught to see a mountain growing up. They're not taught to see the mountain as a resource or as scenery or as an obstacle between you and the trailhead. It's a relationship. It's a relationship with the mountains. It's something you greet, something you make offerings to. Not because it demands tribute, but because reciprocity is simply how living things stay in right relationship with one another. And here's the piece I find myself coming back to over and over again. And none of this is unique to the mountains. It's true of the coworker who interrupts you. It's true of the neighbor whose dog won't stop barking. It's true of your own body, which many of us treat like scenery too, until it insists on being noticed. Now, relationship isn't a nice metaphor layered on top of creation. In this worldview, relationship is the mechanism of creation. Nothing comes into being alone. Not a thought, not a harvest, not a healing, not a rupture. Everything is co-created in the space in between. So when I ask, what am I creating? I've come to understand that question is incomplete on its own. The fuller question is, what am I creating in relationship to whom or what? Now I'd like to talk a moment about the stories that we inherit. Now I want to land with ancestors here for just a moment because I think that's the one on that list. Earth, sky, ancestors, community, spirit, that we tend to skip past the fastest. We nod at it and we say, oh, ancestors, okay, yeah. And then we move on. But the truth is that every one of us walks into a room already carrying creations we didn't make ourselves. We carry in a grandmother's silence about money, a grandfather's way of going quiet instead of actively expressing anger, a family's unspoken rule about which feelings are allowed at the dinner table and which ones had to be swallowed, You see, we didn't create those. We inherited them. And then, without ever even deciding to, most of us kept on creating from them anyway. And now, this is not a burden that I'm asking you to carry with guilt. It's actually the opposite. If we can see clearly that a pattern was handed to us rather than chosen by us, we get something we didn't have before. We get the ability to respond. Remember that word? Respondability. The ability to respond to it differently than we were taught to. And that's the whole teaching again, isn't it? Responsibility, ability to respond. I think of it like this. The ancestors aren't just behind us. In this way of seeing the world, they are in relationship with us right now, in this room, whether we've named them or not. And part of honoring that relationship isn't blind repetition of everything that they've handed down to us. It's discernment. It's keeping what still serves life and setting down gently, respectfully, what no longer does. That too is creation, deciding what continues and what doesn't, because we are here. And so that brings me to talking about Aini, that is sacred reciprocity. And one of the most beautiful teachings of the Andes is that of Aini. Not simply giving, not simply receiving, reciprocity. That's life constantly flowing. Breathe, inhale, followed by an exhale. And if any one of those don't occur after the other, death occurs in minutes. Water, the ebb and flow of it. Conversation, and conversation can build up and solve or devolve into destruction of relationship. Love. Enough said. And even forests, they thrive through reciprocity. The oak tree shades the ecosystem underneath it, and the decaying matter feeds the roots of the oak. Nothing healthy only takes, and nothing healthy only gives. Health requires circulation. And I think that many of us were raised on one half of that equation or the other. You know, some of us were taught to give and give and give until there's nothing left and call it virtue. Others of us were taught quietly, through example more than instruction, to take what we could and to hold on to it tightly because scarcity was the underlying story running the household. And either one on its own breaks the circulation. And the concept of Aini asks something a bit harder than either of those. It asks us to stay in the exchange, to give and to receive, to trust that the giving and receiving don't have to happen in the same moment with the same person or get evened out on any timeline that we could track. Now think of the last time that someone offered you help and you said, "Oh, I'm fine. I've got it," when you really didn't have it at all. That refusal, as kind as it might feel in the moment, actually interrupts the circulation. It says, "I will not let you participate in creating something with me." And I've had to ask myself that more than once, whether my independence was actually really strength or whether it was just a more socially acceptable way of staying out of relationship. Now, Aini doesn't ask us to keep score. It asks us to stay in the current, because the moment that we dam it up on either side, hoarding or overgiving, the whole system downstream feels the overflow or the lack. And we create this through practice. We create through practice. And we often think that beliefs create our lives, and I'd like to gently challenge it. I can believe that water helps me when I feel dehydrated, And I can believe it all day long. But if I sit here holding this glass of water next to my head, does that do my body any good? No. I have to drink it. I have to take it into myself. And this is where I think daily practices do so much more to augment our beliefs than just keeping it in our heads. Every day we practice. Fear, for example. That police car behind us in traffic, we're up here holding our breath with both hands at 10 and 2 until it finally passes us or turns off someplace where we're not headed. Or trust, that yellow line in the middle of the road to keep folks on either side of the street. Resentment. Saying yes to things that we really don't feel like doing, and we're afraid that saying no will cause a rift in the relationship. Or this one here, forgiveness. Not seeking retribution for slights, or even forgiving ourselves when we call ourselves stupid or silly when we make mistakes, right? Presence. When we pay attention to the things that we are responsible for. Pets, garden, home, work, etc. Or distraction. When we decide to watch one more episode on Netflix instead of going to bed. Those repeated practices or habits become character. And character shapes our culture. Culture becomes the world that we inherit and the world that we leave behind. Don't believe me? Okay. All of the examples of practices that we can identify with because we live in this particular culture. Now, for my grandchildren, a rotary phone, the one with the big dial on it, okay, it elicits a stunned, huh? And in response to not being able to take such a big behemoth piece of equipment with us, some lovely people decided to create a means of communication that fits nicely in our pockets. Now, here's what strikes me about practice, though, that I don't think we talk about enough. Practice doesn't announce itself as practice while we're doing it. See, nobody wakes up and decides, today I'll practice resentment. It just looks like saying yes one more time when we meant no. It looks like one more sarcastic comment we tell ourselves that it was just a joke. It looks like one more night scrolling instead of resting. And that's exactly why it works the way it does. Because we are not conscious. We're not conscious of the rehearsal. We don't notice the character it's building within us until one day it's simply who we've become. And the good news is that the same mechanism works in the other direction. Now, small, unremarkable, almost boring acts of presence, of forgiveness, of trust, repeated without fanfare, build a character that we didn't have to force. We grew it. The same slow way that we grew the other one that does us no good. So, creation, I'd like you to understand, is not only this big cosmic thing, it's ordinary. We actually create simply by showing up. Now, before we move on, I want to offer you something small to actually take with you, not just to think about. Okay? Pick one practice from the list I just read. Fear, trust, resentment, forgiveness, presence, distraction. And pick the one that landed the hardest just now. Don't pick the noble sounding one. Pick the true one. Okay? And tonight or tomorrow, you'll get one small, unremarkable chance to practice something different than that pattern. And it won't look dramatic. It'll look like answering honestly instead of giving an easy yes. It'll look like putting the phone down 30 seconds sooner. It'll look like naming what you feel instead of performing what you think you're supposed to feel. And that's the whole practice. One rep, that's it. And that's how character actually gets built. Not in the big moments, but in the ones so small that we almost let them slide by unnoticed. I'd like to look at spirituality and my own spirituality, for example. For a long time, I thought I was spiritually homeless. And this wasn't because I lacked faith. No, quite the opposite. I loved too many things. I loved the stories of Christianity. I loved the mysticism of the Andes. I loved the principles of Ifa. I love psychology. I love music. I love tarot. I love science. I love ritual. I love silence. But everywhere I went, someone would gently or not so gently suggest that if I wanted to belong, perhaps I should leave one of those loves outside. The message was, you can be a Christian, but not that kind of Christian. You can be spiritual, but don't mention Jesus. You can be intuitive, but don't talk about psychology. You can be practical, but don't talk about miracles. So I became very good at editing myself. Before I walked into a room, I unconsciously asked which version of being belongs in here. The minister, the shaman, the teacher, the musician, the psychologist, the mystic. I'd bring whichever version seemed the safest and quietly leave the rest in the car. And they'd get stinky because it's hot here in Florida. And it had this other side effect that everybody thought that they were meeting me, but they were only meeting the version that I thought that they could tolerate. And it took me a lot of years to realize that belonging purchased through self-editing isn't actually belonging. It's acceptance of a carefully managed performance. And then one day I asked myself a question. I said, self, what if the place I was searching for wasn't missing? What if it simply hadn't been created yet? What if there were a place where someone could ask difficult questions, hold multiple traditions with reverence, remain intellectually curious, and still be deeply devoted to the sacred? Well, Somewhere Soul wasn't born because I wanted to start a business. It was born because I finally admitted that I was building the place that I'd been looking for all along. And today, I don't want people to believe what I believe. I want them to become more fully who they already are. Because I have learned that I no longer think that creation begins with certainty. I think it begins the moment we stop amputating ourselves in order to belong. And that too is an act of creation, offering that which you had not received or had modeled for you. And I think that's true for more than our communities. Whatever you're looking for that you've spent years searching, and you haven't found it yet, permission, a certain kind of friendship, a version of a family that actually holds you, at some point the search itself becomes an invitation to create. Not because the world owes it to us to hand it over. It's because who we are, each of us, is very, very capable of being the ones who build the room. So perhaps the question isn't, what did God create? God, source, spirit, all that is. Perhaps today's question is, what am I creating when people leave my presence? Do they leave smaller? Do they leave larger? Do they leave more afraid? Or do they leave more courageous? Do they leave more divided? Or do they feel more connected? Now, I want you to sit with that for a second. Not the version of you on your best day. The version of you on an ordinary Tuesday, tired, distracted, half listening, hangry. What is that version of you creating in the people who cross your path? Because every one of us are creating something, whether we mean to or not, whether we notice or not. There's no pause button on creation. The only choice we actually have is whether we are creating on purpose or by accident. The question is, what will continue to live because we were here? And I'll leave you with this. Earlier, I asked you to remember a moment when you said, "They made me." I'd like to ask you to hold one more thing before you leave today. I want you to think of someone who, without ever making a speech about it, without ever explaining a shamanic worldview or citing tradition, simply created something in you by how they showed up. Maybe they made room for a question that you were afraid to ask. Maybe they stayed present with you in a moment that most people would have looked away from. Maybe they simply didn't flinch when you told them the truth. They probably don't know what they created in you that day. Most of us never do. We rarely get to see the ripple keep moving once it leaves our hands, which is exactly why the question matters so much. Not because we get to grade ourselves on the outcome. We won't. We'll almost never know fully what continued because we were here. Yet we create anyway. We create and trust. And that too is Aini, right relationship. Offering something into the current without needing to see where it lands. So, what will continue to live? Because we are here. Thank you. Aho.
Thank you, Jan, Salmon, and friends. And they are our friends, all of them. We love you guys. And thank you very much, Jerry. You always do a great job. And just in case people don't know, Jerry's on the board of the pod, so she's extra special. PL Theatrical, speaking of extra special, PL Theatrical and team, they are awesome. They take all of this and put it together every week, week after week, no matter what happens, and some weeks are definitely more difficult than others. So we really appreciate you guys. If you're out in the world and you need this kind of work done, contact PL Theatrical, and they will, it can be virtual or live, they will fix you up. Past services are available on the People of Diversity Facebook group, Facebook page, and also on the People of Diversity YouTube channel. So if you want to just look at the last couple, you can go do Facebook if that's easier, but after 30 days they get rid of them. So all of our entire catalog, which is what, 280 videos? 282 videos now, is on our YouTube channel. You can go there and use their playlist function to search on topic, like creation, or faith, like shamanism or Buddhism, whatever. But that works a whole lot better if you don't do it on your phone. If you do it on pretty much any other computing ability that you might have, phones, the playlist function doesn't work very well. So we encourage you to do that. If you would like to get notifications about our services, go to the Facebook group or page or to the YouTube channel and just sign up, follow, whatever they call it on that spot, and you'll get notifications on Sunday when we come on live. So there's a second broadcast on Sunday evening at 5:45. That's only on Facebook. It's a rebroadcast of the morning service, but if you miss the morning service, or if you just want to watch again, or send somebody else back, it's a nice time. 5:45 on Sunday evening is usually pretty chill, so that's a good time to watch.
Even if you saw it in the morning, if you watch it again in the afternoon, you will hear things that you didn't hear in the morning.
This is true.
All right, so the pod puts out a weekly newsletter, and that gives you all the stuff. Last week's synopsis of the talk from last week, what's happening next week, what's going on in the community, what's happening for our live events. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll get information about Pod Plus, the ability to set up a recurring donation, into the benefits of being in Pod Plus, early notifications, discounts on local services, online services, all kinds of cool stuff. Go there, check it out. It's a good place to support this process, right? And if you want a newsletter and you're not getting one, newwaypod@gmail.com. Send a little hello there, and Becky will put you on the list.
So we do live events on the first and the last Monday of every month, and they are at the Unitarian Universalist Friendship Fellowship in Rockledge, Florida, just in case you're not in Florida. Rockledge, Florida. It's a long way to come if you're not here, but we do them. We do live events, do lots of cool stuff. Tomorrow night is the second installment of our Prosperity for You workshop. It's with Gloria Grace Rand, and it's the first one in June was really good, and we enjoyed it and got a lot out of it. Talked about affirmations and all kinds of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it tomorrow. Now, if you didn't come last in June, or you can't come, we're doing 4 of these. So the next 2 are in, what are we going to do? August, September, and October. If you can't come to any of them except one, that's fine.
Yep.
Come on. If you want to do the rest of them, that's fine too. Just each one sort of stands alone, and it's really enjoyable. There's a $20 suggested donation. Nobody's turned away. So that's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at the UU. Come on out. If you or your business would like to sponsor one of our live events, we pay $50 rent to use that space on those Monday nights. And if you will just send an email to newwaypod@gmail.com and let us know, then we'll set you up to do that. And at the beginning of the event, you can speak about your business for a couple of minutes, or why you decided to sponsor that event, or you can remain anonymous, whatever you want to do. One thing I did want to throw out is that Donna Frost was supposed to be last Monday night, and Donna was not well, and she's also taking care of her father who fell, so let's send some good loving energy out to them. She's a lot better now, and she is rescheduled for the last Monday, I believe, in October.
25th, is it?
October 26th. October 26th, Donna Frost will be with us. So that's all I know, which is a lot, actually.
We are blessing the world's religions, the big ones, because there's thousands of them in reality. There's 41 on the list that we chose. This week is
Sarnaism.
Which is followed by about 5 million indigenous natives of India. It originated in the 1930s. The faith revolves around nature worship. The Sarnas pray to water, forests, and the land. Let's send blessings to the Sarnas and say these words together.
May peace prevail in Sarnaism. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you. Okay, as Scott already mentioned, tithes and donations can be made on our website, www.podpeopleofdiversity.org. If you want to go down to the Pod Plus portion and set up a recurring donation, that would be great. That really helps us budget and figure out what's going on next month instead of just week by week, right? So we really appreciate that. No matter what you do, we appreciate it. Mm-hmm. So we have a healing circle to close up our service every week. Bring to your thoughts any person, place, thing, situation that you feel like needs healing. Maybe it's yourself. Maybe it's the world. Maybe it's the people trying to run the world. Put Donna and her daddy in the middle and send good energy around while we listen to this last song, and make sure you open up and get some on you too. Thanks for being with us.
Have a great week.
Bye.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love.